thought I'd give you a quick little tour of where I work for John Deere. And so here I am in the shop. I got to do some welding today, and thought I'd show you around. Here we have a 61-foot John Deere air drill that I've been setting up this week. As you can see, it's huge. It'll do 61 feet in one pass. And then we have an older John Deere tractor in the shop right now. Here's a new John Deere combine that's being set up. It can cut up to and harvest up to 40 feet at a time at 3 to 4 miles an hour, sometimes more. John Deere tractor, our forklift. The old John Deere combine getting some repairs. So, but yeah, this is where I spend most of my time during the day. This is the tractor shop down here. We got a baler in here right now and a couple old tractors. Pardon the low light, I don't need to turn them all on, it's just me here. So, but yeah, this is our tool room. I just thought I'd show you welding is one of the projects I really enjoy, so here's a tool that I built. What this does is it actually clamps around the tie rod ends, and then a snap-on slide hammer threads right into it, and I can use the slide hammer to remove those tie rod ends that are frozen up. It was a job I had to do one time and we didn't have a tool, so I built one, which is often what ends up happening. Or sometimes I'll have other guys come and say they need a tool built, and I'll build something for them. It's a fun hobby. This one's a little crude, but it was built with it. It only took me about a half hour to build, so that's why it's not the clean. This is the tool rack I built for the shop. Before we just had a board with a bunch of pegs out, and you'd catch your arms on them and stuff when you walked by, so made sure it was nice round edges on the corners so you didn't get caught. And it goes up to the back, and we have hangers there. Slots for all the pry bars and the jackals and hammers. It's worked quite well. I had it here for a couple of years now. This is my original toolbox. I have a second one now, but this one I use for my workstation. My laptop sits in front of the up on the counter here, and then I have it tied through the old stereo, and it goes up to the speaker so I can play the music on my laptop. My welding helmet, which I have to get a new headband for. It's kind of worn out, so it's a few years old, but it does good, so I'll have to just find another headband for it. But the toolbox was all originally red, and it was only the bottom box, so I painted it and polished the front. And then I built the tool rack on the back here, kind of trying to make a spiderweb design for the fun of it, but it works alright, and it's been serving its purpose good. So here's today's project. I've got chairs to fix. See, they're broken on the bottoms here. You need them back in your chairs. So I'll just have to weld them together. Should be pretty quick and easy. I just thought I'd show you. She's a little dirty, but this is my baby. Snap-on Harley Davidson edition. It's been a great investment. I love it. But got all my tools in here, and makes work a lot easier when you got everything organized and together. So to be able to weld these chairs, what I have to do is prep the area first so that the paint or powder coat is off, so that I'm just getting bare steel and I can weld it. Now, because this is going to be a cosmetic weld on somebody's kitchen chair, I'm going to try to do it on the bottom side as much as I can, because I don't have the same paint to match this. So we'll just try to make the welds small and sturdy, and hopefully they'll hold firm. So I'm just going to prep this area. I'm using a Blue Point surface prepper, which you can buy off the Snap-on truck. It's worked really well for me. It's Made in Japan, but it works quite well. It's adjustable speeds. I have a 3M abrasive brush, similar to like you find on your dish scrubber, only this is a lot heavier duty, and it'll take this paint off really quick without harming the steel. Now I can go into the steel if I spend too much time on it, so you do have to be careful. I'm going to remove the back half for now. Okay, I've got my welder set up. I'm using a Miller 251 wire feed welder, MIG welder. And I'm going to have to play around a little with my heat and wire speed. And the handy thing is, they have a chart on the inside edge here, which kind of gives you an idea of where to set your settings for your different steel gauges. So we're about a 20 gauge here, and I'm using a 0.30 inch wire, 0.030. And so I'm going to set it approximately to their setting, see how it welds, and I'll play around with it to get my welds right. So they're calling for 17.5 volts and a wire speed of 120. I'm going to go just a little higher on my wire speed, just because I find typically I like it a little faster than they have it set. I've got my gas on. I only need my helmet when we go. Like I say, I can't use my helmet right now, it's broken, so I'll use the old shop helmet. It still works just fine. It's just a normal helmet. It just doesn't have the auto darkening, which is just a handy option. Now I'm doing this with the screws off because when the welds got broken here on this chair, it actually bent the frame a little bit. So I'll weld it and then have to get the frame right so I can fit the screws in the same holes again. Just going to tack it here. Say we're pretty good for our wire speed there. It's not bad. I like that. Just tack it on the other side. I don't like this helmet. Okay, now I can weld it. Whenever you're welding, you want to make sure you keep your tip clean. Check it, make sure the person who used the welder before, if you're in a shop like I am, kept it clean. Because if it's not, you won't get a good weld. You want to keep your wire short, so if you happen to miss and end up with a long wire, just cut it off. So there we go. Our first chair finished, welded back up, and ready to use. I'll get the others finished here, and we'll be done.